And
cool. All right. Can we get some opening skibbity claps?
Skibbity claps, skibbity claps, skibbity claps. Just rain in. See how I drizzle them in there.
drizzle
like a, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing some legs and shit on the grill. Drizzle the sauce.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So everybody, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We got Comic Dimension is on there.
All right. But
I'm not sure who that is.
But yeah, I think we followed them before though.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Shout
out to you, sir.
Shout out,
or ma'am, whoever you are.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Whoever you are.
This is episode, what was it?
163.
163. See, I'm losing my mind, y'all. So today we got a special guest that's going to be joining us in a few minutes on our Instagram feed. And that is my man, SupremeRa. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's down with the Black Law Rebel Music crew. So we're going to get him in a few minutes. We will just wait for him to kind of jump in on the live. But if y'all want to be a part of that conversation, please go over to Instagram and follow on there. Or you can just keep watching on Facebook, or your slow ass can wait till it get downloaded to YouTube.
Well, we're on YouTube now. That's with the StreamYard.
Okay.
So, but either way, you can do all them options.
All them options.
We got it hooked up, hopefully, to where we will be able to hear SupremeRa. And so when he comes in, those who are listening on Facebook, you'll be able to hear him. You won't be able to see him. So,
matter of fact, let me check my volume's up.
Yeah. Turn it up.
All right, my man. So how was your week this week?
Man, it's been all right, man. We at the finals, trying to maintain and hold out, man. And I got this project to get due, and feel like Bernie back. Somebody's got to pray for me.
Hey, Bernie Mac was always saying that. Yeah, I got to pray for me.
Yeah, pray for me. She a shepherd for the devil. A shepherd.
A shepherd for the devil.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, it's been a weird one, man.
Yeah. How about your week, man?
It's been pretty good. I can't complain.
Okay.
I mean, another week, but while I'm talking about that, I'm going to mention this because my work schedule is going to be changing.
Oh yeah, I meant to.
So we will be doing the show a little bit different now. We're going to go live on Saturdays from now on. We won't be going live this coming Saturday, but we will go live the Saturday after that. That'll be our next show after this one, and that'll be our routine. So we'll probably, and we might have to shift the lyrical breakdown to the middle of the week, have that for our middle of the week segment, and do the show on the weekend.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Do it like that. Fair. So, we appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Don't forget to hit the buttons, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters. We will talk about him today. So.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson at some point today. We got a lot of stuff to get out on the table. I still don't see my man SupremeRa in here yet, so hopefully we'll see him very soon.
All right.
I should have bought my other phone so I can be texting back and forth with him to check in with him.
You got the burner phone? That's what you got? The burner?
The burner.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I got two phones, you know what I'm saying, God? You know what I mean? I got to move in the street. These are just impersonation people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's what these are.
But yeah, this is, like I said, episode 163. And is that
my man? That's my man.
Is that my man?
That's my man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. There he is. Got to give you a proper introduction. We want to give you some claps. So we're going to try to see if we can bring you in here, see if it'll let me, let's see. Invite.
Let's see. We'll just
see if that works.
Yep. And Oh, there we go. There we go. The man.
The
man.
Yo, peace.
What's
going
man?
on?
What up, man?
Good to see you, brother.
Appreciate y'all brothers having me on, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you being with us, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
So how you been doing, man?
Pleasure. Man, just taking it one day at a time, man. You know what I'm saying? Keeping my mind, body, and soul right, man. Staying at peace, giving praise to the Most High, man.
Yes, sir.
Walk upright. You know what I mean?
That's it, man.
You know what I'm saying? And staying healthy.
That's what's up, man.
How y'all doing on this day, man?
We doing good, man.
Yeah, we can't call it.
You know, it's always a good day when we can do another show, and we made it another week. You know, so we were definitely just talking about how things have been for the week. So after this week, we're going to be doing a show on the weekends, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. We'll be doing a show on Saturdays for anybody who wants to tune in. But yeah, once again, this is my man SupremeRa. You are part of Black Law Rebel Music. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Artist and owner, man.
Absolutely.
Of Black Law Rebel Music. You know what I'm saying? SupremeRa, the true and living. And I'm thankful to be here on this podcast. Triad Hip Hop, man. Representing where the hip hop and the heads are real.
We appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. Before we get too heavy into the interview, we want to kind of announce, and talk about some people that we lost real quick. So everybody knows that we recently lost Shock G from Digital Underground, aka Humpty Hump, the alter ego. Definitely want to send condolences to him. And we also recently lost Andrew Brown, who was out of North Carolina in Elizabeth City. We just kind of always like to give condolences to people like that. So before we get too far into anything, we're going to give them a quick moment of silence. All right. We appreciate that. So thank y'all for doing that with us. Did you have any favorite songs by Digital Underground?
Yes, I love Digital Underground, and as I believe that it was which I'm saying, rest in peace to Shock G, aka Humpty Hump. Those were the best fun days of Tupac. Tupac actually had the most fun,
right?
Because they just kept it like family. They just did it. They just vibed. You can tell on the music that they made. They just want to have fun, kind of bounce with it on some fun hip hop type of vibes and moves, man. So I mean, rest in peace to the brother. And I love his quote before he went out. He said, "I ain't afraid to die," and he said, "Live for something and or die for nothing."
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely, man. The brother did have a lot of wisdom. Had a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man. Now, you were saying that you were on East Coast time. Where are you actually at right now? Because I was thinking you would be on Central time.
Right. I was out of Louisville, Kentucky, but I grew up in Washington, D.C., Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And, saying in Miami, Florida. So, driving around, with my pops, he was from Delaware. In Delaware, you can get to Philly or New York real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He showed me around and we listened to hip hop. We listened to a lot of hip hop. We was on that, man. Spin Records, Cool Mo D, LL Cool J, the Get Fresh crew, and with W Fresh, Slick Rick, and the list goes on. Run DMC,
absolutely.
So I was raised in the trenches of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I love the way the 80s and the 90s, took us there with the vinyl records and everything like that.
Let me ask you this question too. So you said you are out of Kentucky. What's the scene like as far as like the hip hop scene down in that area?
The hip hop scene, Louisville, we do have in Louisville, Kentucky. We do have our hip hop. We also love, we love the kind of the southern feel, like trap.
Yeah,
they like that too. But you definitely have your hip hop areas where you can go to stores like Bardstown Road. You can go somewhere in the West End. The West End is known as more of the hood area in Kentucky, Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Which big up to my city. and they, we brought down, Wu-Tang, we brought down artists, but again, they like all this southern vibe. They like Big Crit. What's going on right now with music, how they change it up, not just the auto tunes, but the kind of the weirdo, witty style, where you ain't really flowing, you ain't really sitting bars, keeping it simple. You know what I mean? And we had somebody from, I think he's from Bardstown, Kentucky, or Bardstown, Louisville, Kentucky, but on Bardstown lived at Jack Harlow. You know what I mean? And he did a song with Lil Wayne, which is all yeah. So, which he got a little flow, he got the things I wouldn't consider him hip hop. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of that, Jack.
We just gotta always keep real. But we got people like my brother that was on the Battlefront, Junior Kevlin next, aka Ray Gamma. He was one of the early Louisville artists that signed in Florida to a deal, and he represents hip hop. Or like Father Ja with the Mud Niggas, or the Unstoppable Sound that represents hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we do have that part of the culture, but we have other parts. So it has some good issues.
Okay. What about because aren't Nappy Roots out of Kentucky as well, or weren't they Nappy Roots?
What's that?
Nappy Roots, weren't they out of Kentucky?
Exactly, Nappy Roots. Nappy Roots represented Kentucky. They didn't, and that's the thing about Louisville. Louisville, we will rep you, we will represent, but it's not like Michigan. We wait till you leave, you get big, you get shine, and then you come back, and then we'll try, we'll trust to rock with you. Yeah. There's a lot of places that do that, not us. So like Nappy Roots, because of course they got signed with Interscope, but Nappy Roots, when they left, then they came, they left, they got a deal, but while they were doing it, sort of like, what's my man's name, Bryson Tiller. Okay. Bryson Tiller's also from Louisville. You know what I'm saying? And he put, at Wyandotte Park, he invested into a basketball playground. So it's a basketball court. It looks good. It's got the nice backboard, the glass backboard and stuff like that. Nice rims. The court is painted and it looks good. But he was trying to do it, and a lot of people knew about him. He had to leave, get big, then come back and represent the city. So you see what I'm saying? On the scene, when you try to really represent hip hop, people don't trust you enough to give you that chance. You know what I mean? Until you get a little shine. Once you get a little shine, then you come back. Then they kind of like, okay, yeah, he's from Louisville. Yeah, we know that. And you know what I'm saying? We rocking with him. So we still not trusting on what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Now, I guess before we go too far, one of the things we like to do every time we go live, we have what we call a question of the day. So how we came up with something. What was your question of the day for today?
It's kind of reaching. So what I got, with the death of DMX, Rob G, and Black Rob, not Rob G, Black Rob and Shock G. We just kind of wanted to know, out of the three, which one's the most tragic? I mean, they're all tragic, but
yeah, I think they're all tragic. Yeah. But I mean, sometimes one may hit you a little harder than the other because your relationship to them as an artist. So I guess for me, DMX probably was a little more tragic for me because I was really heavy into X's music, and he just really, he spoke a lot more to me. You know what I mean? Shock G, I definitely grew up on a lot of their music, and Black Rob, I think that's very tragic because I think he got, he didn't get as much shine as he could have. But for me, it was DMX hit me a little harder, if that kind of represents the question. What about you? Any one of them hit you a little harder than the other?
I'm gonna say because thinking like a humanitarian, they all human beings too,
right?
But they also are brothers, and they also represent the culture. But the reason why I would say DMX is because of the impact he had on the culture. But he died on my birthday.
Oh,
April 9th.
Oh wow!
So with me trying to celebrate, also I seen that, and that hit me.
Right.
Wow. Like the announcing of his passing is like yo, this is crazy.
It's
But he had a
bittersweet.
profound impact on the game. Even though what he went through, the struggle, the drug addictions that took place, since his childhood with the abuse and whatever not, he still was able to deliver a great message through hip hop.
Yeah,
he came up from the roots, from the rooter to the tutor. He freestyled, he battled, and he gave you a message through the word. I mean, he gave you real stuff. So when I really got a chance to listen to him, my cousin was like, "Man, you weren't rocking with DMX." I wasn't rocking with DMX. I was just so into when I heard Cannabis on that mixtape. I'm like, "Yo, Cannabis is like, yo, I snatched the crown with your head still
attached to it." Yeah, that was hard.
Like that. But as I listened and grew with DMX dropping this and that, I started to get down. I'm slipping, I'm falling, and in the 24 hours to live. Then I started hearing DMX and watching the movie. He has a message.
Yeah.
He has a message and something. Even with all the crap going on, he was on topic with things he did. And the prayers, his prayers were very powerful. That he would just sit with people, pray on stage, and powerful prayers, man. So yeah, that one was hard. But so was Black Rob and Shock G. I can't forget when Black Rob first did the wall and how we picked him up, and we thought he was just gonna go to the next level. And despite whatever Bad Boy had plans to do further in his career, you know what I mean? Some things set back because it didn't have the same impact. Like when he got on the scene and he was doing stuff with the Locks and everybody, and then you heard him do that wall, and we like, okay, yeah, this dude's got something. And of course, Shock G is a legend, no doubt, and they did a lot of great things too. So yeah, it's definitely a loss. It's a big loss for the culture.
Yeah.
But we gotta commemorate, give them their flowers. Shouldn't give everybody their flowers they did, even though it takes that sometimes.
Yeah.
We need to give them their flowers while they're alive. And these dudes, they all need to be commemorated. Continue to move. We should continue to mention them, man, and hold them in high regard.
Absolutely.
And blessings and my condolences to their family.
Yes.
Because that was a huge hit.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna switch the question over to you. Any one of them hit you?
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think Shock G kind of hit me the hardest. I mean, they all hit pretty hard, but Shock G just came out of nowhere, like because you didn't really hear too much about Shock G. Like you didn't hear about his health condition. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really hear too much. Like DMX, Black Rob, you kind of got idea of what was going on, before they passed. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, you kind of had us some that whole but like Shock G, it was like that day, and it was crazy because like I at my job, I have a friend like my supervisor. We talk about Digital Underground, pretty regularly. You know what I'm saying? And like that day of when he died, we was actually talking about Shock G, and we were talking. I was like doing his voice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was doing his voice because you know how like him and Slick Rick kind of sound similar, but Shock G be like this, and then but Rick, he's a little higher pitch, and I would just because that's the thing, man. It's like his voice, and that's one thing that was cool about that. It's just like his voice, no matter what record you heard him on, like it cuts through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got everybody now sounds the same. Everybody got it, everybody sounds the same or stuff, but his voice cut.
Right, and he could do instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, dude was really talented, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they was on some different stuff, man. They really was.
Absolutely, man. That's so yeah, that's our question of the day. Whose death hit you the hardest out of those three? Black Rob, DMX, or Shock G. For anybody who just jumped on, we are interviewing my man SupremeRa from Black Lord Rebel Music. If y'all want to join, he is live on Facebook with us. If you're not on Facebook, Instagram. He's live on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, you're welcome to keep watching there. Or YouTube, you can keep watching there. But he is actually live on Instagram. So real quick, I want to kind of announce some birthdays of some hip hoppers that we recently had and some that's coming up in the next couple of days. So we got happy birthdays going out to Jamal from the Def Squad, who started off with the group Illegal. We got my man, my man Cormega. Yeah, man, my man Cormega as well. Both of their birthdays are on April 26th. We got Lizzo was on the, April 27th.
All right.
We got my man Too Short. He coming up today, actually, on the 28th. And Big Gip is also today on the 28th from Atlanta.
Good.
Coming up tomorrow, we got my man Master P. Then on April 30th, we got my man Travis Scott.
Dawn, man.
Yeah, man.
Return of the Dawn. Yeah.
Also on April 30th, we got Lloyd Banks and Wonder Mike, the legend, the icon, Wonder Mike.
Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello.
Yeah, man. So happy birthday goes out to all of them. Just wanted to give some honorable mentions to people on their birthday. Matter of fact, can we give them some claps?
Yeah, give them the claps.
Give them some claps real quick with the sound effects. There we go.
Claps.
I got a couple of things on new music I want to announce. My man West Coast Cam, he got a song out with Jay Electronica that just came out. They make actually a pretty good duo. I want to know if they're going to do some more songs, but they got a new song they just dropped.
I might check that out.
My man Hakeem Green, I don't know if y'all know him, but he is from the legendary group. I don't know, I forgot their name now. The ones who did All We Do Is Spark Mag. Channel Live. Oh, yeah. So Hakeem Green, he got a song out with KRS right now called The Cypher. It's pretty dope. They just dropped that. My man Skyzoo, he dropped a song just yesterday called Bed-Stuy is Burning, because he's from Brooklyn, from Bed-Stuy. And then also, I want to also kind of give you some time, because I know you just dropped a project within the past month or so. So talk a little bit about your new music that you just dropped.
Say that one more time, bro.
I said, so I know you got some new music out, so I wanted to give you some time to talk about your new music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I got something done which I would have liked it to be in the same year, but it's still all good, man. It's still right and intact. You know what I mean? I dropped Uncontrollable Force September 2020, and then 2021 on March 5th, I dropped Witness My King. You know what I'm saying? The prelude to the group Black Law Rebel Music. You know, really putting everybody together, collective, and being able to have everybody that is active, you know what I'm saying, on the active roster, actually on a song or doing something, and then letting them know, you know what I'm saying, we coming, we're gonna let it out. So that is out right now, March 5th of this year. I got the We Are Now, SupremeRa7.com, that takes you to every platform on social media or digital, where you can view, you know what I'm saying, the album and check out my new material. You know what I mean? I got Dope vs. Don featuring, I got Imperial Real Well, I got Lamondo featuring. Shout out to my man Macaroni. He's on there, man. He left the track with me. You know what I mean? So I would urge everybody to definitely check it out. I think Up to Date, which my group has always said, they think it's my best work. I believe it is my best complete album that I put together, because I give you a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? Being a student of the game, continuing to stay, true to my roots and stay where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring it like that. Bring the hip hop, or bring you something to listen to, keep my mental sharp, drop knowledge, but drop something for you to move to a little bit, and then just keep it straight hip hop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To the 90s, but give you up to date, give you some things to see and here. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. Now I will say this: I did get to listen. I got to listen to some of the Witness My Kingdom joint, and I really like what I heard. I did. I liked a lot the one you did with Doe. Well, you might have done more than one with Doe, but it was one you did with Doe to Don. I really like. That I can't remember the title. Can't remember the title, but it was really good. And I overall liked the whole project, man. It was really dope. So shout out to you and congratulations, man. That's good work,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Let me ask you this: what made you name it this Witness My Kingdom? I kind of got glimpse of what why you named it like that, but why Witness My Kingdom, this project?
Being somebody that studies, and has knowledge itself, that's rooted in spirituality, like I said, Pan-Africanism, Islam, 5%, the nation, just having those things, just wanting to be, self-empowerment, self-uplifting, and then also believing in team, learning from sports and learning from different things, and then wanting something to be different, our own identity, not just the identity for myself, but the identity for the crew. We were able to, we had all kind of things, we're going to be Black Law, and we would say that was from the 48 Laws of Power. I used to be, the group, we like, law, land, Black Law, which basically, meaning we taking the land back up, we taking something back into history, we taking what should rightfully belong to us.
Yeah.
Whether we got to come from an underground level or underground approach, but we want to take what belongs to us, or like a takeover, or like an independent situation where, hey, you can do this yourself and you can still dominate the game, still transform and do different things. So, when we finally put it together, I was with Dole. Me and Dole was figuring things out, using ideas, and I'm like, we're gonna put it together, Black Law Rap Music, and then spell it different. So it's more different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go that way.
That's what's up, man. I really like what you do. And one more thing I wanted to mention real quick before we get into some topics. I noticed you do a lot of freestyling, and I really like that as part of the culture, because when I check out your page,
appreciate that.
I noticed you do a lot of freestyling, so that's always good, to keep that spirit of hip hop alive. So, do you have a particular love of freestyle?
Do I have you said
like meaning
what
do you really love freestyling a lot?
Yeah, because I grew up freestyle. When I had to learn about the syllable count and how the bar graph goes, things like that, you got to go back into that, because a lot of us, we learn a different way. So learning how to already be using my imagination, stories, storytelling, or whatever, I just started to have the thing with freestyling off the top. I'm listening to my favorites, like you said, LL, Big Eddie Kane, Rakim, KRS-One, Fuji Rap, the list go on. Then I'm like, hey, I can do this too, man. Hold up.
Right.
Let me do something to this beat.
Exactly.
Let me do something to this. So I just started doing it, and then I had many people, shout out to Young Domination, and other people that said, won't you do something live, like freestyle? Won't you put something, out there with you freestyling? So I challenged myself to keep my sword sharp, just by saying, look, I'll just do a freestyle every week. Doe does the Fresh Friday, he'll put something out, and then I do Supreme Almighty Sunday.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like, look, I'll give them something sometime that I just come up with off the top of the dome that I just made up.
Yeah.
And make sure I get that recorded, or or something that I wrote real slick, and I think it'll go into something that I can spit online or whatever. And then sometimes that gives me ideas too. It helps me. When I'm freestyling, anything can happen. It might be something like I'm like, I don't that. But nigga like, oh wow, hold up, I just called a bar.
Yeah.
I just caught something. So I can really delve into something and really expand it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. You got a question before I go into the topics?
Yeah, so let me ask you this. I mean, we're all affected by this pandemic and everything. How did that affect you guys in the Kentucky area as far as like in the music scene? We had an interview with Germ Catcher a couple months ago, and he said his work and everything like that, it sped, it was actually increasing due to the pandemic. So was that similar, were you getting a similar thing, or did it slow down a bit, or what was going on?
As far as the pandemic?
Yeah, as far as the pandemic, how did it affect affect the music scene in Kentucky?
Oh, right. Oh, it's really affected it. I mean, people are trying even to do live shows, but it's not gonna get you a lot of people. Now, a few times they did like a club scene and brought young people out.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't got no sense, and people just feel, yo, I'm just gonna go out where everybody at.
Right.
And people want to do something, but it impacts you. It has impacted the music scene a lot. Now in other ways it's helped the music scene where you got to get a little creative. So we see a lot of people are doing live streaming concerts. Because I see that my a job that I worked at, Kentucky Center, where I got laid off because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
They had sponsored artists, and artists would be like, I'm gonna do it by the steps and do it outside or do it here and do a live stream show. But that's only good a lot for people that have a fan base. Like you see an award show. They was doing performances that looked like a video. That's what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a music video. You know what I mean? So, and they were performing live, and a lot of artists seem to be doing that. But here on the music scene, man, it's really hit us where you're trying to figure out, okay, yeah, man, we want to do this. Talk to different people. Even we talk to different people like, when should we do it? Are y'all okay? Y'all want to move with it? And then it has you thinking like, nah, I can't risk the stake right now, or I don't want to take that chance. So it makes you think, you know what I'm saying, before you react and act and be like, yeah, I want to do it, or something. Even when people are offering this thing, well, we'll put some money up.
Yeah.
But really, what are you gonna really get out of it? Yeah. Because if you ain't, because the tickets are gonna drop. Just like at my job, from thousands of people, it's gonna drop to hundreds of people because you got to do the spacing and the social distancing with the seating. So that's gonna impact anything on the music scene. But we do the same thing. When I work at the big concerts and everything like that, everything's gonna go down. So that means if you already got a smaller audience anyway, you need everybody that you need, but you ain't gonna get everybody.
Mm-hmm. So
it's changed everything. Like I said again, the live streaming it works to an extent because you can still get out there and do it. And there's other ways that you can be impactful and maybe get a little revenue. But you want the whole main thing is to be impactful in people's lives and have the fans. Sometimes you don't have the fan base. Who's gonna really watch you?
Right.
You got somebody that really sponsors. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, man. We are affected and waiting for things to be lifted where you can go and actually really do this. But the question is now, when do you really make the move?
Yeah.
To really do a tour or do something like that.
Yeah, because here, I don't know when you guys are getting lifted. They're talking about lifting us in North Carolina June the 1st of this year. So would it be around the same time, or are y'all waiting a little longer?
As far as say that again?
Yeah, they're lifting. So what they're doing, like June the 1st, they're actually lifting like the whole mask mandate, everything. So it's pretty much going to be back to normal. That's what they're doing here.
So
June.
On the first, they lifted it all up.
Yeah, here in North Carolina.
Word.
Are they doing the same? Are they doing the same for you guys, or are y'all going to be restricted a little longer, or whatnot?
Right now, not. Nothing just got lifted. Not a word. I mean, I know we're talking about sometime in the summer, and our governor and the people in office are talking about sometime in the summer, but nothing got back. By that time, then my job would have been like, yo, we're gonna lift everything, bring everything. They have no plans. I mean, the last time I checked, it was like I think August or September. You know what I mean? That ain't sure. So we don't got nothing. I mean, certain places are allowing you to not wear a mask, and most places still got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And somebody will tell you, but some places they like you can wear your mask, put it on, and take it off, and have a little freer. Now, one thing I will say, Louisville is one of the places where you can still go to restaurants that's still open and closing at a decent hour, decent time. You can still go out and go to places. You know what I mean? Go out and hang out. Go to your shopping. Go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Still do some of your daily things and get active in some things before it closes. So everything's not closed like it once was.
Yeah.
He was like, man, I want to go here. Like, yeah, I like to get some things off my mind. Go to the gym, and that was hard. It's like closed. But when they opened it back up, it was good. that you can go places. So you can still go places. So it's like you can go, you can kind of get around and do what you need to do.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now we're gonna jump into some topics that we want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to hang out for the conversation. We love your input. So, well, first,
yes,
we just kind of want to throw something out there. Now we had our first feature in a magazine. It is called Face of Icon magazine. If y'all can see that, we are featured in there in the March issue. I'll show y'all the page where we were featured in there. Let's see here, and this is made by T. Lynn. She is a member of our Facebook page and our Instagram, I believe.
Yes,
I believe she's on Instagram too. But she featured us in there. We got a full spread.
Yeah,
you spread that out.
Oh yeah, let me throw the claps. Throw the clap. We get the, there we go.
Salute.
So just wanted to kind of give ourselves a little pat on the back and a shout out to T. Lynn. We appreciate you for doing that. And she's brought us, the artist that we last interviewed, which was Jerm Hatcher a couple of months ago. I'm sure we're going to have him back on the show. And then she's, I'm sure, got some more artists that she's trying to connect us with as well. So shout out to T. Lynn. Thank you for doing that for us. We appreciate that.
Yep.
Maybe we can even have her on the show one day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because she's doing her entrepreneurial thing. So we salute her for that. All right. So a couple of light topics. Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie? Are you into that at all?
The Mortal Kombat, actually, me and the crew, man, Black Law Music, Don't Press the John, you know what I mean, Lamondo Carter, Imperial Rail. We went to go check out that Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So what did you think about it? Because, I did enjoy it, but I hear a lot of people saying they didn't really think it was that good. So what did you think about it?
And you see, people always got something to say, and that's we got opinion.
Right.
Opinions like anything else. When we saw it, we were entertained, and we actually liked it. I like the new effects. They had action throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it never was too much of a dull moment. Right. You know what I mean? And I think they put it out. They put it out at the right time. So I really wasn't disappointed in the movie. And then they left us with something like, hey, it's gonna be a part 2 too. Right.
That's what I was gonna say. It looked like they left it open for a sequel.
Right.
So that's a good thing. What about you, Howie? I know you were.
Well, I understood why people didn't like it. I think what they wanted was this. I think what it is now, everybody's so used to having like these masterpieces and stuff. And I think what they were trying to do was just lay in the groundwork. But now, I do think there were some parts that was lacking. But as far as now the intro was great. The introduction was great. Now that was flawless. Like the fight and all that stuff, that was dope. I think they could have, the dude Cole, the main character, they could have done a little bit better building on him. That's just my opinion. Kano stole the show for me. Yeah. The guy that played Kano was nice.
Yeah.
And Cabal, I like Cabal. Sub-Zero definitely was a great villain. But yeah, I think some stuff, the dialogue was a little, but overall it was pretty good. And then my man Jax, man, we gotta talk about them $99 from the store arms. I'm like, yo, my man got the arm color. They gave him like these little rinky dink, like 99 cents. You got to lift up the rock, and the joint like help.
But see, they got a little bit stronger. Remember, they started building.
Yeah, when that seal,
but discovered his inner power.
They had where his special powers is that. Boom, they pop out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that, but when they first had him with the rinky,
they had him with the rinky. And then he was like, yo.
I was
like, stop Asian hate my ass. These motherfuckers.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, overall, I did like it because it gave me the fight scenes that I wanted, and it gave me the blood and guts and all that I wanted from Mortal Kombat. I heard a lot of people say a lot of people were saying that they didn't like it because they kind of set it up like there was going to be a tournament, and it wasn't really an official tournament. Now, I still liked it because, you still got the fights that you wanted. You know what I mean? They didn't have an official tournament. Yeah, I get that. But it was still, you saw the fights that you wanted to see. And like you said, they set it up for a sequel. So, we're probably going to get more like a tournament style on the next one. You know what I mean? They had to set it up a certain way. But, and then they're going to bring in more characters, I'm sure, in the next one as well. So, overall, I was happy with it. I really liked the way Cabal killed my girl. What was it, Melina?
Was it Cabal?
I mean,
no, Kung Lao. Kung Lao.
Yeah,
the
with
big
the hat.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was
dope.
You know
what I mean? He laid into it with that hat.
It was messed up that he got his soul snatched.
Right.
Yo.
He did have the fatality of the boot.
Right.
Did. That was cold.
Yeah, that was cold right there.
But Jack's fatality was bad.
Yeah.
Face the mashed potatoes.
Right. He clapped him. Yeah, man. Caught him good,
right.
boy.
Woo.
That was good.
Cold.
So yeah, that was his vengeance for the movie. So overall, I was happy with that. Now, how we brought up the fact of this new show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and how good that is. I haven't gotten a chance to see it, but is that something that you watch?
Yeah, it's worth seeing. Definitely, man. You will like it.
Okay.
They put a lot. They put some things into there. From the movies and some things they're moving on with, but it's definitely entertaining. It's definitely worth watching. You'll get some ideas, man, about where the soldiers are that he got from Wakanda.
Okay.
They replace his arm because it takes away from the evil that he was under from the other arm, stuff like that. So they go into things like that, but it's definitely dope. I like the way they put it together, man.
Okay.
Then, they got some new stuff. So it's basically like a movie, but they basically said it was a movie, but it got broken down into a series.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually had one thing I like is that they were actually bringing stuff from the actual comic, like Zemo. They brought like the first actual Captain America, like the Black Captain America, Isaiah Bradley.
Okay.
Yeah, they brought him. So it was really good.
Right.
It was really good for them to tie that all in together. And then the fact that, Falcon at the end, spoiler alert, like he represents the new Cap.
Right.
And that was dope.
I kind of knew that was coming from.
And I like the fact that they got the U.S., the guy to be U.S. agent. I'm glad that they brought that in. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with all that as far as like the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I just haven't gotten a chance. I was a little skeptical, but I'm glad y'all said that because I was like, are they really,
I would check. I would check that one out.
That one was good.
One to watch, especially on Disney Plus.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yes.
All right. What you want to talk about next? You want to talk about Dr. Umar or something?
Yeah, we could talk about Dr. Umar.
We always joke about Dr. Umar Johnson on the show. And one of these days he's gonna come knocking on the door. But he did an interview with the Breakfast Club. He was kind of dropping some gems. I really thought, he was spitting some knowledge. Because we critique him a lot. We criticize him a lot because he's kind of funny sometimes. But overall, I do think he's very wise, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So I don't know if you got a chance to see the interview. Did you actually see that interview?
I got a chance to check it out.
Okay, that's what's up.
So he definitely dropped some jewels. He was very informative, about the Polish brutality, about doing the school, the book he had, Black Parent Advocacy, So definitely, he kept it all the way true. I like the things that he's talking about.
I agree. One thing I really like what he said when he was talking about Joe Biden, because he said his first day in office, he made sure and he signed a bill that protected transgenders. And also he has the COVID relief bill that protects Asians against Asian hate. But yet we've been going through what we've been going through for over 400 years, and there's still no bill on the books to protect us.
And the thing is, what I don't like about our people, we talked about the vote and raise the vote for people, but we never hold them accountable by making demands what we expect them to do, what they say they're gonna do. Usually they never do what they say they're gonna do once they get in office and they get elected. You know what I mean? And we say that's our man. When he got in the office, and before he got in office, he said, if you don't vote for Biden, then you ain't black.
Yep.
So when we expected, he got in office, the first bill should have been, we're going to change some of these legislations and laws and hold police forces and police officers accountable. He didn't do that.
Nah. And that's the thing with it too. Like, you know, take Ice Cube, for instance. He did the thing with, you know, had the plan for Black America. Now, he met with, you know, Trump's camp or whatnot, got dragged for it. He's like, look, we trying to get things done here. And he went to the Democratic camp, and they was like, well, we're going to wait, you know, till the election. You know what I'm saying? We're going to wait after the election. And it's like, well, it's after the election. Y'all, how come y'all ain't got him back yet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To talk about some of these issues that we had. And the thing of it is just, you know, kind of like what he said, Dr. Umar Johnson said, is the reason why they're trying to prop up these groups is because they know that the white man is dying out. They're not going to be the majority. Well, they're not the majority now, but they're not going to be the overwhelming majority in probably, 10 years? So they want to make sure, particularly Asians, you know, no offense to Asians. I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? Respect everybody. But what it is, the Asians are pretty much, some of them are lined up with the white supremacy views. So they want to keep them in that because they're honorary white. So that's what they're trying to push. So and get them set up. So when they die off, they'll keep that intact, which I think is fucking stupid, but whatever. It's just stupid.
Yeah, like you said, like you said, we have no problem with other people. We have stood for other people. Whether indirectly or not, we have supported other people and helped feed their families. We have come in our communities and basically taken all we have given. You know what I mean? But yes, if anything is wrong done or done wrong to another human being, you should feel empathy. But we ask for the victims of Black people and the most oppressed people, most downtrodden people of our people, who will feel empathy and sympathy outside of our community, even though we got to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
Because we stop caring for each other. We go to somewhere and say, well, stop the Asian hate and stuff like that. But Black people in America, we face the most.
Yeah.
And it's undeniable. It's factual. We face the most hate. Everybody should be in awe and want justice. Like we celebrated, like you said, George Floyd's justice. And I was glad about the verdict, but it's not fully justice because this man is dead.
Yeah, facts.
When you do wrong to somebody, you want to undo the wrong to him. You can't undo wrong for a man that his life is gone. He can't be there for his family. So what can you do? You can pass a bill. You can change laws that wouldn't allow a police officer to continue to violate somebody's life and not value their life. Use a certain measure of force against somebody, or when do you overstep your bounds when you are attacking somebody? That seems to happen only to us as Black males or Black females. So when the knee or the pressure was on his neck and the way his face looked, the thing is, laws should be set in place because you still got to be a professional. I hear a lot of police officers saying, hey, we under a lot of pressure. We're under a lot of situations where we're in the heat of the moment. But the thing is it's always happening to your Black citizens, to your Black people. That's the Black opposition. So so there's a different value of life. Like I love how you broke down. When you have a white gentleman who's Caucasian that has an AK-47, not a liquor shop, not a gun shop, hit him. He got taken to go get something to eat before he went to jail. So, like we said, there's always in they're in the way they are supposed to uphold the law and their protocol. There is a standard of professionalism when you go into a situation. If you can't handle it and you get nervous, then what is that telling you? You're not the man for the job.
No.
You're not the woman for the job.
No.
Because you're always supposed to be professional.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be saying, "Well, I assume, I thought." No, you're supposed to go in. You're supposed to go into the scene of the crime, having a knowledge, being able to use precaution before you step in and you do something. That's all we're saying. Give everybody the same just and fair way, and don't make excuses and then say, "Well, I was underneath," because, like we said, this young man had an AK-47. Didn't get touched, didn't get shot.
Nope.
Versus a young black girl, Michaela Bryant, who actually called the police, who had a knife.
And dropped the
She
knife.
got shot up.
And dropped the knife when they rolled up and they executed her.
See?
Dropped the knife.
So I'm saying, and called the police. She's the one that called the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean, and just like what you were saying, you know, about the white gentleman, you know, who got treated with such respect after, you know, having the AK-47, it made me think about the killing of Ahmaud Arbery when the two white guys, you know, assassinated him after they found the footage of the cops. After it happened, the cops were actually having a civil conversation with them, you know, and the guy had still had all the blood on his hands and all of that. And he was just talking to the cops, and they just like, "Yeah, you know, I get it." You know, they kind of talking to him like, "It is what it is." You know, you did what you had to do.
You're right.
Yeah,
and like we said, I never forget what Black Star said. Most definitely said the value of black life is in short work. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have to be retrained in the police force to treat your black citizens like black citizens and value their life. See, when we talk to people, if you can't relate, then you don't understand, and that's the problem with a lot of other races. When they talk, they just doing their job, and it's because you're not in the same shoe.
Yeah,
you don't have those same concerns and worries in your neighborhood, in your urban area, because you're not in the urban area. You might be in a suburb. You might have had a silver spoon in your mouth. But when you're being judged for the color of your skin, that is a problem in the system. And it's not just the police, because the police are in the system. They're the enforcers of the system. But as they were taught, as they call police to protect and serve, doesn't say kill and murder.
That's
if
right.
If other people were getting killed wholesale, white males, the only thing closer is Hispanic males, and whatnot. But if it was other whites and Asians and people getting killed wholesale, like black males would get killed wholesale, and then black females, young African Americans, you know what I'm saying, before they even reach 30, or they're a little bit past 30, then we would be talking about, okay, something else. But it's like you said, it seems, and like we understand, brother, that it seems to happen to us. We are the ones that get caught up with that. That's because of the value of life. If you appreciated this young woman's value of life, my value of life, then you would handle it with precaution. Like, I can't just go out and bang, 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 and shoot them up 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they will slickly then use, well, y'all kill each other.
Yeah.
But see, like they say, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But this is the thing too. Y'all, they taught us to kill each other, right?
Absolutely.
They taught us to do that, so we're just doing what we're taught.
Yeah.
So how you gonna deflect? It's like, oh well, y'all but y'all pretty much did the cage fight, the Mandingo joints, and all that stuff, and pit one of each other, and the colorism stuff. Like, oh well, you light skin, you dark skin, well you better than him because you closer than white. So you gotta, it's all that. All that.
It's really, it comes down to a perception situation. This is one thing I always talk about. It's really just perception because, you know what I mean? No matter what, some of these people like the little white dude, Kyle Rittenhouse, who was carrying that AK-47 and walking around, after he had just shot people, they don't see people like that as a threat. Society is subconsciously made to see us as a threat, no matter what the situation is.
Right.
if you got my color skin, if you look like me, somehow, some way, you might do something to harm me. So I need to be on eggshells when I see you. But somebody who like the people who killed Ahmaud Arbery, they fresh off of killing somebody, and you still talking to them like they ain't do nothing because there's no perception of a threat. Yeah, you did what you did, but there's no perception of a threat. So I still feel comfortable enough to talk to you, even though you just slaughtered a man. You know what I mean? But a black man could be selling cigarettes. You know what I mean? And we're killed for selling cigarettes.
Selling cigarettes.
Right. Like you remember the movie High Alert?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Michael Rappaport played the young white male Remy.
Mm-hmm.
He got on top of the roof, went crazy. They were provoking him, trying to see, hey, where your heart at, where your balls at, with his white supremacy stuff. Even though he was undecided, but they were saying you ain't got no heart. He wanted to prove it. Got on top, started shooting up college students. The scene with Tyra Banks that played Deja. Like Tony Thompson singing the song Rapio Speak. That was his little solo thing, And then Omar Epps, he gets beat down on the scene by the police while they're asking the one who was the shooter, young Remy, the white boy, son, are you okay? It's okay, son. Calm down, son.
Right.
That's a caution. You're being careful. You're being kind. The gentleman over here who just got his girlfriend shot and killed and fought him, y'all attacking, beating him down relentlessly and then here's their thing. Well, we don't know friend or foe. We just go in it. But see, that, like we said, that's BS.
Yeah.
You are already, like you said, you already have a perception. You already have an assumption of what you believe is the way to do it. So when you see public enemy number one, which is the young African-American male versus a white male like anybody else, whoever, you're going after him. If it's whoever. Two black males, you might as well just take both of them out.
Oh yeah, you gotta bring in the army for that.
You're gonna jump on him because, like you said, by perception, he is public enemy number one. Mm-hmm. He is who we look to lock up and put in the jail and throw away.
Yep.
And long as the system is corrupt and they think that way, under the law enforcement, under the police force or whatever, that's the way it's gonna continue to be.
Yep. Just
like the movie show. Yeah. I may have not done nothing. I may be innocent. Guess what? I fit the description of, by their perception, he is public enemy number one. I'm getting shot. So that's why we're gonna have a reaction of impulse. Hey, I got like brother rest in peace. What happened to brother Andrew Brown?
Yeah.
I gotta get out of there. I gotta run. I gotta try to do something because I'm ready to be in trouble. Because I try to abide by the law, put my hands up. I say, hey, I ain't done nothing. What's going on? Hey, son, get on the ground. And then you still make it. We've all been through this. If anybody hasn't, then I don't know where you come from. I've been on the ground. And I was accused for something that was a domestic situation that had nothing to do with me and my brother. But we were the two that fit the description. So fitting the description of the situation, two other black males that got into it. One was beating on his girl or whatever, but we were fine. When I was just moving out of my apartment to somewhere else. Hey, what y'all doing? Put your hands up and everything like that. See, you fit the description.
You know what's funny? I think that it's funny because I always felt like at least 90% of black males have a you fit the description story because I got two of them myself. You know what I mean? At some point in your life, you always fit the fucking description of somebody else. You know what I mean? I had guns pulled on me by two cops because they said I fit the description. You know what I mean? And I remember one time in high school where we were pulled over on the highway, and it was we fit the description. You know what I mean? So it's like we all have those, and that's a damn shame.
Yeah,
that we all have them. At least the majority of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, the experience is something, and when you experience it, then you realize, as we always say, I'm just a black male in America. You can be anything you want to call yourself, but you're African male, you're a black male in America.
Yeah.
And that's what you fall to And you try to wonder.
Oh, we lose on.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I got cut off for a minute.
Yeah,
is my life support? Does my life have any worth? Does my life have any value? You know what I mean? And again, these are the things that we must voice. And like we talked about earlier, that's one of the first bills that should have been changed.
Yeah,
talked about. We heard it was in the presidential debate. It was talked about about the brutality, about the police and things getting out of control. And then we look at it, it's during a pandemic, but we still can't. But still, racism, it crawls its ugly way through. Still, the problems with people, it still comes through that we have a mentality, that have a mentality that we're still suffering from the issues that's going on. Because a pandemic is something that human beings should be discussing, and our people and other people coming together and discussing survival and how to help one another and how to get people through these trying times. But it doesn't eliminate or ignore that it's something that is wrong with education. It's something wrong with the minds of people who are in charge, because leadership should always be able to affect people in the right way. But we have the wrong leadership. Yeah. And that's why we still have the same problem.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. Did you want to touch on anything else about Umar before we move on?
I mean, I think that's it. But yeah, I think it was an excellent interview.
Yeah, it was a really good interview. And he dropped some jewels. I really wish he would hurry up and get the schools done or whatever, because that's always been a big thing. But I know he's doing his best. But I think if he really allowed himself to have a team of people, we'd have those schools done by now.
Yeah.
But I think because he wants to do everything himself, I think that's why his schools are not open yet. You know what I mean?
I was gonna make this shout out to TD Hip Hop Media. I think that's who they are. But he pointed out the fact that the Breakfast Show, the Breakfast Club interview was good with Umar Johnson, with Dr. Umar Johnson, but it's just like they'll play. That's the only thing they'll play. That they have their first like little Pan-African power to the people. But then they were still promoting like the Democratic Party. They still promoted Joe Biden. They still promoted, all these other folks and all the other people that tell them like, well, we need to get out here and vote for the Democrats and because they're gonna help us out. When they pretty much, the Democratic Party pretty much thinking, they're gonna replace us, particularly with the people that's coming through the border right now. The Mexicans and all those people from Latin America. So we're already going to be replaced. So, what's the benefit of voting for the Democratic Party? You know what I'm saying? They ain't done shit for us. Not a damn thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
he broke down about why he supports the independent party versus the Republican or the Democrat.
Yeah.
Right. But like I've always said, when our people have to listen to what they say the government is supposed to be for the people, of the people,
and by the people.
Mm-hmm. But never has been for the people, of the people, and by the people, especially not you and your community. And then you have not made them do what they were supposed to do. Anytime somebody gets in office, you haven't made them be responsible and accountable and hold them when they come in. And that's why we still have the same thing. And then of course we lack unity. Yeah. And lacking unity, you will be exposed in all aspects of the oppressive life that we keep getting put in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing this, I gotta look out for me. I gotta do this for me. I gotta get by. But there are bigger forces why we have to come up with the people. So we don't get left behind. When we say, okay, yeah, we got our man by, but the problem still came when Barack left. You got a black man in the house. They did. I think they did more of that and make that move as a guise or disguise or the way to shut us up. To say, look, we put somebody in office.
Yeah.
So is that supposed to make things change? No, them things ain't gonna change. We gotta make a change.
Yep.
We gotta change what's going on because it's gonna continue to be the same. You know, throughout history for a long time, Indian history is a bad history. It's not a good history. We say let's make America great again.
Yeah.
But like we've always said, when has it ever been great?
Great.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can do great things, but overall, you can't call yourself great.
Right. Exactly. I agree with that, man. I don't know of any period where we've actually been great at all.
Well,
You know
pre-1492. That's about
Right.
it.
Before 1492.
Before 1492, that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? It's funny because there was a guy, I can't remember who he was, who said that he was a white guy. He was saying that about, you know, America actually on that same tone of subject. He was saying that America, you know, before when the Indians had control over everything, he was like, yeah, America really didn't have no culture then.
Oh, that was Rick Santorum. Yeah, actually, I was going to, he got the dunk in the day.
He was like, America didn't even have no culture. He was like, the Indians were here, but they didn't have no culture. You know, we had to, like the white people had to bring culture to America.
That they stole from everybody else.
Like,
they stole the culture from everybody else.
Like,
how the hell they going to help culture?
Exactly. Shut your ass up. Dick Santorum.
Right. Like you said, everything to justify stealing something from somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like even with slavery, they try to justify that.
Yeah, we helped you. We helped you.
Yeah, you would have been in Africa with a bone in your nose in a hut if we didn't come get you. I'm like, matter of fact, I don't think I'm like my man. What's my man's name? He's a comedian. He's a big fat white guy. I forgot his name. And he's like, and
with the kind of squeaky voice.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, man. He was saying like this lady was talking to him and say, yeah, so they didn't come over here. We caught them and they came over here. He said, man, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna catch those black people now. So you didn't mean to tell me that y'all caught them like you catching black people now.
Right.
You know, we were stolen and that's it. Point blank, period. But anyway, you know, we don't want to get into too much of that. We're gonna move on to our next topic. Did you get a chance to see the DMX memorial service? And they had two of them. They had one on Saturday, then they had one on Sunday. I caught the one on Saturday. You know, where the kind of where you got all the street people in there. You know, you had all the Locks and Swiss Beats and everybody. That was a really good one. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I got to see that. I got to see Jada, Styles P. Of course, my man Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
You know, Eve showed up. That was big. Eve showed up and Drag On.
Yeah.
You know, and many of the Rough Rider camp. Everybody, even Nas. Nas made an appearance, made a short appearance, kept it short and sweet. And his kids, when his daughter did that freestyle.
That was I love that, man. That was dope, man.
That was nice, man. A representation of a father showing, how much she really loved him, man. So it was definitely, just saddening, man, to see that like right now he's gone, but also the happy part, how people are really, commemorating him, letting it be known how much he was loved, how he was cared for. Because everybody does certain things. How we go out. Wish we could go out better because even the situation. A lot of our kids are out living up.
Yeah.
But even when you do depart, it's never a good thing. So the time of tragedy overtakes us all. But I think with everybody like Drag On, you can stop crying. We're letting it be known how much a person has an impact. He had an impact over a lot of people, showing how powerful he was. Even though he was going through his own situation, DMX always showed that care. He's gonna have somebody's back. He's down for it. And the impact that he made on the lot, that was something else. When he came close with Nas, where they did the movie Belly, which is a top notch hip hop movie.
Yeah. I like that movie.
Great, man. And then getting his masters back.
Yeah.
And making sure that his kids get a piece of that legacy.
Yeah.
That it should go to. That's what it should go to. It shouldn't go to the company to keep it and take everything away. It should go to his kids so they can move and live on the legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
That their father built.
Exactly.
He left something big.
Absolutely, man. And I love the way that they were talking about how DMX bought the locks, into the game, and they got pretty much put on before he did. So,
right.
And he didn't get bitter about it. He still supported. That was the kind of person he was. He was so supportive of everybody else. He could have been salty and all of that, but he chose to still support everybody else, man. So that's really big and strong of him, and I love that about him, man. You know what I mean?
That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
I think that was an important piece as well. Is he could have had ill feelings, ill will. He could have felt slighted, but he was really out for them like a true big brother would be. You want to see your little brothers, or you want to see your homeboys, whoever shine, you want to see them come up. Because the way you look at it is that we all gonna come up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But even though it's very competitive in not just the hip hop game, in the music industry, period.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what did you think about the service?
Yeah, man, I think because I only seen the Saturday service. I didn't get a chance to catch the Sunday service, but yeah, I thought it was good. It was solemn. Kind of weird to see, like, what I'm saying, they was over here. I mean, I know they were in the little center and stuff. They wasn't in the actual church, but then they had like the gospel and stuff, and then like they come up there like, yeah, shit, yeah. But I'm like, yo, but I'm like, yeah, that's them. I can't say nothing.
Yeah,
but
you can't have that much hood people in the
it's not say, yeah.
So I thought it was still good because, like you said, they had the choir and they kind of kept it still on that spiritual tip, but they had to let a couple of curse words fly. So some of them I don't think they can help it. But I love one thing I did love is how they drove his casket on the big truck and drove it through the streets all across the bridge and all of that to kind of really give him
that was dope.
Yeah.
Because most of these rappers now, it's like, oh, it's gotta be the Escalade. Oh, it's gotta be it's gotta be the top notch car. It's like, nah, give me the Rough Rider shit.
Yeah.
Give me my motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that.
Yeah,
that was dope.
They had the whole Rough Riders motorcycle crew following them. So yeah, that was dope.
Right. I would say like my favorite artist of all time said, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take death to appreciate life. But when somebody does die, I think the best thing you can do, what they would want you to do, is not just mourn all day. I mean, of course, you got to mourn. But you mourn as they die, but you need to celebrate their life.
Right.
Celebrate their life. DMX should be celebrated.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then real quick,
life is too short. Life is too short, man. We got to definitely celebrate each other's lives, man. Hold each other up.
Absolutely. Let me mention this also. So New York has made an official DMX Day, which is on his birthday, December 18th. So I got to give a shout out to the state of New York for doing that. Oh, yeah. They voted that in, and that's official.
Do the
you know what I mean? DMX Day is December 18th. You know what I mean? So that's dope right there. It's a shame we got to wait till people pass away to get something like that, but still, I still appreciate it. You know what I mean? So.
I wonder if they're going to give him a street.
Big up to them. Big up.
Yeah, I wonder if they give him a street. Like,
yeah,
they should. They need to though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, Nipsey Hussle got a street, and he was like barely unknown. I mean, I'm not no disrespect to Nipsey, but what I'm saying is like Nipsey got street and all that stuff. Like, and he wasn't really in the game nearly as long as like a Pac and Big, and they got. What, Pac got his streak after Nipsey, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's like, dang, y'all didn't get Pac a streak, but y'all gave Nipsey one? And I'm not knocking him, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, if he did what he did, he deserved it. But it's just like, man. But
he was on the come up, though. I knew you said he was on the come up.
Yeah.
He got bigger when he passed away.
Yeah,
right.
But that's what I'm saying. The week before, hell, you ain't have people that could name 5 Nipsey Hussle songs, let alone a whole catalog. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, rest in peace to him too. Like, and that was tragic. You know what I'm saying? With his death, and it's just like, man, if he got a street,
it was.
X need to get a street.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
We should always, you know what I'm saying, for especially something like X did, and find ways and to commemorate these artists, man. Like I said, give them their flowers and put them in the pantheon, especially of hip hop greats like DMX.
Yeah.
I even like the fact that Cannabis got something in the hip hop museum.
Oh yeah.
When he came on the scene, he definitely did something to the game.
Yeah.
For somebody to even like respect the LL was threatened by young people like that. Yeah. I just think things went wrong because when you got people talking to you over here and talking to you over there, it creates something that needs to happen. You know what I mean? But with these gentlemen, even Nipsey was still a powerful individual, but he was a little bit before his time.
Yeah.
DMX that gave us like I understand what you're saying. He put in time.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
Put in a lot.
So definitely whatever you need to give him, he deserved that.
I agree.
He's that kind of dude.
He definitely deserves it. He did a lot for hip hop, man. I mean, like they said, he saved Def Jam, you know what I mean? So, Def Jam was on a decline and he helped them have a comeback. So I love that about him, man. He had the energy of an army, man. So I love that about X, man. I love that about him. And he's gonna forever.
And nobody's seen that coming.
Right.
He hit on the scene, man, and he took off.
Yeah.
And he was hungry because he had a lot of like I looked at his documentary and his story, trying to come up and get bills and get some things happening. It's a lot of folks that passed on him.
Yeah.
Like Blunt Records. When Blunt Records got Mike Gerano, they looked past DMX, they looked past Jay-Z, they looked past Eminem.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And think about you think about it now, it's like, man, we could have got these guys.
Could have had these guys.
Yeah.
Fat Joe said he passed on Eminem too.
Wow, did not know that.
Yeah, he said Eminem was brought to him and he passed on him. I was like, yo, I don't know how.
They regret.
Right.
Well, now at least Fat Joe did right though. Fat Joe did right. He did get him on the remix of the Rockaway joint. So
yeah.
He did right.
Yeah, he did. He's done a couple of songs with him, so that was what's up.
Yeah.
Before we go on to another topic, I do have a quick question for you. Your name, SupremeRa, you know what I mean? Where did you come about with that name? How did you come up with that one?
Okay. Yeah, good question. Like I said, of course I had many other aliases, man. Of course, when I started off late hip hop in the late 80s, got more pointed with the game in the mid 90s and going on. I started off with like names I was just making up, Dr. G, and then I me and Doe was playing around with it. He's my blood brother.
Okay.
Okay. About what we want to do and start rapping and like that. And I'm with other kids that I'm around rapping, saying stuff like that. Then I got a point with the name Unstable. Like acting like I'm out of control. And then I said, as I got knowledge of self, as I got conscious, then I'm like, I need something that fits me, something that's about me, something that brings me out. And through that, I came with Supreme Disciple. Supreme Disciple was the first one. But then I'm looking at because I got it from, the study of Kemetic theology or whatever.
Okay.
Kemetic philosophy in Kemet or Egypt that people may know. People are more familiar with Egypt, but it came from Kemet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because Kemet was the name before Egypt.
Right. Exactly.
And then you know about, and people know about the name Ra or the sun god.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the utmost, what the other name of God, and God has named the other. You know what I'm saying? And just exalt to. So when I had Supreme Disciple, I'm checking out, Thundercat. And I'm seeing how the mummy transforms the mummy. So I'm like, I need something that that exalts me, I elevate me, you know what I mean? Where can I just like unwrap and just come out with that? So I said, nah, I ain't gonna just go with Supreme Disciple. I'm gonna go with SupremeRa.
Yeah.
So I had to come with Ra, the acronym Rula Allah, or just Ra, and I went on and I was able to have what I would call a higher self.
Okay.
Artists just come up with names, but I can break it down and get to the actual fact, man. And true indeed, extension of myself and the attribute. So it's an attribute because we all have a higher self and we have a lower self. As I've been taught, anybody can turn devil overnight. But also there's a guidance, that can lay dormant, or you can exalt you can be exalted. Because if we are in God and we are of God, from God as a people, then you should have something of God in you. You should have that peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should be a higher self.
Absolutely.
So SupremeRa is more like mentioned as a higher self of myself. That's who I want to be like. Like people say I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be like, I don't want be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be a higher self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need to be nobody else. Be yourself. That's why I like LeBron James. LeBron James said, I didn't think at first that nobody could do it like Michael. But then he said, I figured the game out and I took the totality of the game and I did everything being me. That's the whole thing. I ain't mad at anybody like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to him. He probably did it the best doing it like Mike. He was a student and studied up under MJ and learned it. But LeBron took everything of every kind of great basketball player and put it into one.
Right.
And said, I'm going to take little things that you do, Magic does, Shaq, Dr. J, Bill Russell, Oscar Robertson. I'm going to take that totality and I'm going to put it into one player. And I'm going to show you I can do everything that y'all doing and do it with what you can be. You know what I'm saying? Or anything else that you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, you want to be this, but you can be the best you. You just got to find the higher. You know what I mean? It's in you, but you got to be able to find that ultimate level that you can reach a higher level of yourself. But it's okay to, emulate, somewhat imitate, don't really copy somebody, but, get motivated. Hey, this person did that. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate that person or the greatness in that human being, what they cultivated, what they captured. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I was gonna ask you about the letters, saying Ra versus RA, because I noticed you had the periods in this. So I was like, okay, I'm sure it stands for something. So I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask you about that. But did you have a quick question for him?
Shoot. Well, okay. Your top 5 outside of Rakim, because I already read that Rakim's your dude, but your top 5 outside of Rakim.
What?
Your top 5 MCs outside of Rakim.
My top 5 artists outside of Rakim.
Yeah. Rakim's excluded.
Do I mention 4 or do you want me to mention 5 artists?
I want you to mention 5, but you can't use Rakim because that's not fair.
Oh, not include.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So besides the R, who I have to go, you know what I mean? So the way he profoundly changed the way we rhyme, the way we rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go with the other people that I would mention. Man, it's tough though, man.
Yeah,
it really is tough. I'm gonna go with Big Daddy Kane.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Nas.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna go with LL Cool J.
Yep.
Man, LL Cool J. I'm gonna go with. Damn, it's some tough one. Tupac.
Okay.
And then Black Thought.
All right, that's 5. That's a good 5.
That's what's up, man.
It's funny that you don't really hear too many people, like you said LL Cool J, you don't really hear a whole lot of people say, like, because I remember one time there's one guy who was like, yeah, man, Cool J, like this was back in, when he was performing, like he was acting, but he was actually rapping like on the Grammys or something, the Cool J don't need to rap the stuff. He just need to do the cop stuff. And I'm like, look, man, y'all don't know. I remember Jack the Ripper. I remember Mama Said Knock You Out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cool J was a problem.
Oh yeah. Cool J, man. He been a problem from day one. He been a problem since day one, man. I mean, this is controversial, but I still feel like Kool Moe Dee won the battle, but LL won the war because LL was the new fresh face of hip hop at the time, and Kool Moe Dee had already had, some time, so he was kind of fading out a little bit. And Kool Moe Dee,
and like you said, LL's personality.
Yeah.
The way he uses ego, because you can see he acts.
Yeah.
So LL can make it believable.
Right.
To me, Cannabis had better punchlines and better verses.
Right.
And if you go bar for bar,
right.
But LL even still makes it believable. LL's great at that. So like you said, the overall value of him as an artist, he's incredible, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I mean, he's dropped some of the hardest songs in the game. I mean, when he appeared on the EPMD joint, what's the joint? Rampage. Man, he killed that. And I mean, EPMD said that he actually threw a shot at them in this verse, which I never knew until recently, but they said he threw a shot at them in the verse. LL is super competitive. So he deserves to be in anybody's top 5 or top 10 at least.
He also changed the game in many other ways. And I never forget what Rakim told him. He said, thank you. He said, thank you, L. He said, at the time we had a lot of testosterone, a lot of male ego. And, they fought with the hat after Rakim got the hat off his head. But Rakim said, thanks for showing us the world, L. Meaning, he was on LL Cool J tour with Public Enemy. They toured together. You know what I'm saying? LL had the Def Jam. They let Rakim and them rock with them and stuff like that. So Rakim's like, yo, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So L did some things. He did many things with artists that it's contemporary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's competition. It was a competition. Because I hear from right now who's better, Kane or Rakim, and I'm like, I don't really want to get into that because those are both my top 2.
Right.
So that's hard.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
L belongs in that conversation. Cool G Rap and KRS-One. Yeah. That was real competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just depends on what you like, because if you look at it, Kane and Rakim are both the 2 of the top lyricists ever, but their styles are very different. Like Kane is more about, those word plays and, repetition rhymes to make sure that you can see how smart he is, how many different rhymes or words he can rhyme. And then you got Rakim, who's got that scientific mind. So he's trying to school you at the same time, you know what I mean? Almost build and destroy you at the same time. You know what I mean? So, it's different. It's different, you know what I mean? So I like that about both of them. I think it's a hard discussion, but I think if you go by performance, Kane might win it because he can maybe rock the crowd a little bit better. But bar for bar, I think Rakim might take it. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say, but depends on what you like.
Yeah, I tell you what, though.
Because like you said, Kane. Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna say nothing ain't fucking with that. The Punisher joint. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Rakim, nothing is not fucking with that.
That was like Nas said. Like you said, Nas was like, yo, we said that Punisher, man.
Yeah, nothing
Nas
fucking
wanted
with
to
that.
let everybody know I'm gonna give Rakim his flowers. He's my guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So people can remember that. This is where I got it from. This is where I was influenced by this man. But yeah, like you said, that Punisher, man.
That was it right there.
We never got to see. You know what? We never got to see, but it came close. It came close. Rakim on that Ricochet soundtrack when he was gonna do that, the rhythm in it.
Right.
He had bars
in there. Yep.
But he took it out.
Yep. He took it out.
Kane and him and this people, they was like, nah, we going in a different direction, bro. You going in this direction. Because Rakim never got to produce. He never got to produce this either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kane never got to produce the takeover. All the other artists just say, yo, like LL never said, let me go in. Of course, Kane was LL's 2 days favorite rapper.
Yeah.
And then, of course, LL never said, well, let me take a shot at the R, because if you're going after Rakim, you know, I mean, hey, Arcane, you better come with it.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to be a one hit off with your head.
Oh, yeah.
So I think other artists are smart. Like, yo, I don't think I'm going to take this shot at the R. I don't want to test this water and see exactly what it'll be like. My man is the Punisher. I don't want to test him in that way and see what he really got, because you don't know what he's got.
Right.
You ain't never did a diss track, but you also don't want to smoke to try to test.
Yeah.
That's like something that you might smoke, like Rakim said. You know, when he said that smoke something you can't smoke or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go to those deep waters and say, well, I ain't never heard Rakim. So somebody could have been bold enough to say, he ain't did a diss track. Get this dude off with his head. I'm going at him. Yeah. But they didn't try that. Because it's you know, it's hazardous, man. It can be a problem.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, King, you try it, take the shot.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Man, listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let it go, because I know, like you said, we could talk about this all day. But when I knew Rakim was a problem for the industry was when he said, I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, add 7 more brothers that think they can rhyme. It'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time. Man, listen. I knew right then and there. I said, that man is a problem. That man is a problem right there. You know?
Right. That was a warning shot.
Right.
That was a warning shot.
It's like, I don't think.
Like, try it.
Watch what happens. I don't think anybody has a bar that's so memorable like that. You know what I mean? Everybody's come close, but I think that's the one that nobody who knows Rakim will ever forget. So,
true indeed.
But yeah, before we wrap up the show, and we got a few more questions for you, I want to talk a little bit about the Andrew Brown situation, which was the man right out of here in North Carolina in Elizabeth City. He was shot by the cops, and I mean, it's really tragic. You know, at first glance, it looks like, oh well, you know, he deserved it because he was running away. Obviously, he was guilty, but the more you look at it, you realize he was trying to get away because of the threat of them shooting him. You know what I mean? Exactly. He was actually scared for his life.
His perception,
right?
Versus their perception.
Exactly. So, you know, I think it's a tragic story, man. What do y'all think about?
Well, my thing of it is with this whole shooting stuff, man. Like, you know, it's particularly like people outside of our race. They like, well, he shouldn't have done this, and well, you know, and then they'll be willing to bring up the past, like, well, he sold cigarettes or he did this. I was like, okay, even if he did something wrong, it don't guarantee them the right to execute them like animals in the street. It don't. Let them have their day in court. Let them, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let them have their day in court so they can plead their case. And then if you want to throw the book at them, then at least they'd be alive. It'll still be unjust on certain things, but at least they'll still be alive. Yeah, don't kill them.
Right, exactly.
And then you wonder why y'all numbers are dwindling, because y'all do so much evil stuff. You do so much evil stuff, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having that karma effect, I guess, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I really think it's really sad, man, how they you know, did that, man. And you know, so many people witnessed it, and now, as far as being able to see the cam footage, they only gave them 20 seconds of one of the cops, which was after they started shooting. So they don't even have all the footage. I'm like, y'all know something don't look right if you're only giving 20 seconds of footage to that family, and you're giving them footage that's after the fact to make it look like, oh well, you know, this is what we had to do this. You know what I mean? So my thing is
just like the George Floyd situation. I think the young brother had actually captured that footage, because if not, they was gonna hide the footage.
Oh yeah.
When my man Preston on his back and put the knee to his neck, when he's hollering out to his mama, hollering out, help me, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, something's in it. You said something's in that footage. The thing is, when I look at it, what we call it, it was straight execution. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But before trial, before jury, of his peers, which we never get to the jury of our peers,
No.
before a fair trial. You know what I mean? And then, like the attorney said, he was unarmed. So what real burden of proof? Now, when you feel, in our perception, you are guilty to proven innocent, you're gonna try to run and get away.
Yep, exactly.
Because they're not giving you a fair shot.
Exactly.
And that's why I think what Brother Andrew Brown took off, but it still, like you said, doesn't give justification because he was unarmed.
Yeah.
Where did you see the gun in the car? Where did you see him waging war on you? You can't shoot his car and shoot him in the back of the seat. You know what I'm saying? I think about like 4, 6, 7 times.
Yeah, and a man can't really be a threat when he's running away from you. You know what I mean? His back is to you.
Yeah,
he cannot be a threat.
How's he a threat?
You know what I mean? He not aiming backwards as he's running away or something. You know what I mean? He's not a threat at all.
Right.
So it's like, you have no justification. Yeah, I mean, he definitely should not have. I get what you're saying. He shouldn't run, but if you know what I mean, you shouldn't shoot either. You know what I mean? So
right.
I mean,
if it was let's say it was a white male in the car named Bob, same situation. I guarantee you, 100%, 1,000%, he don't get shot that day.
No,
I guarantee you, he'll get ran down, he'll get chased down, chopper. I've seen it before. Cars, when he run out of gas, you know what I mean, he run out of mileage.
Right.
They're gonna pull him over. They're gonna take him to justice.
Yeah.
As they say, because you have no justification for execution of shooting this man because he didn't shoot out of his car.
No.
Yeah.
He never gave you any ill intent or had any time that he was going to shoot or hold a gun or tell you I'm shooting back at you. So there was no use for you to use that type of force, as you say, the type of mentality to retaliate. That way you would retaliate. He wasn't retaliating. He tried to fled the scene, which maybe he shouldn't have done, like you said, but he felt what he's thinking, man, they got me guilty and I need to get out of it.
Yeah. And another thing they're trying to do. Another thing they're trying to do, they keep trying to use excuses why they're not putting out their other footage. Well, some of the footage is going to be shaky, so you can't really tell. Then release it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is you waiting on? Release it. It don't matter. If it's shaky, it's shaky. We'll make that determination when we see it. You know what I mean? Did you want to say something else about the situation?
Yeah, man. It's just right, just
like this. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. You good? You good? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying just like I think you said earlier, Michaela Bryant had actually dropped the knife.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of us didn't know that because they don't talk about that.
Right.
They said she's having a knife, and they wanted to ask the officer. They said the officer did say, put it down. Some people didn't hear it. Some people said the officer said, drop your knife, drop this, and whatever, trying to make the justification that he's saving another life. But he also didn't know the whole situation.
No.
But like you said, that she ended up dropping it. So again, what gave you the reason?
To open
but now they're probably going to have to put it.
Yep. It's a tough situation, man. I mean, they're going to defend that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to defend that as much as they can, man. And that's going to be a harder one to win. Because anytime they can say we had a weapon, it's hard for us to win that one. No matter what the circumstances are, they're gonna always say, "Well, she had a weapon." You know what I mean?
Nope.
So,
right.
They even got people in her own neighborhood that's just like, "Yeah, she had a weapon. Sorry, what can we do?" You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and that just like you said, as we say, as I remember, Brand New, they did a song called "Probable Cause." They can use. That's what we said. The laws and everything is backwards, man. It has to be changed because they can always use probable cause in the act of murdering or killing somebody when you ain't got no justification for killing somebody.
Absolutely.
Because you have that weapon, you have the power of a gun. You can justify your way out and your way to doing it and saying, "Oh, well, it was probable cause of me as a law enforcement officer."
Yeah.
I felt my life was in danger. It was in danger because you saw a threat. That was no threat, only your fear of the threat.
Yeah.
Because of your mentality.
Yeah.
If you're right, exactly. If you're thinking from that mentality, just like Breonna Taylor, which where I'm at on New Cut Road, and then not that far from there in that neighborhood where she's at, a little bit more down, maybe a few more miles down in another area, and where when she got shot, the footage somehow disappears. But then they have a little bit of it, and then they don't have it. They say, well, we don't know the facts. But then people that was there said, I never heard an officer say, we have an official warrant. I say, this is the police.
Right. Exactly. And that's how it always is. That's how it always is, man. And I mean, and I'm glad you brought up Brand Nubian because that made me think about something. One of their first songs, Sunshine, where my man Grand Poobah said, now here's some food for thought. Many fought for the sport, but the black man still comes up short. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what it is, we always end up with the short end of the stick, you know what I mean? And we fighting for this country, trying to feel like we equal, but we still come up short, you know what I mean? For black people in general, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You still are looked at, a certain way, you judge a certain way. So now any of us are gonna think a certain way. We're gonna be like, okay, what can I do? Because for one, you don't think you're gonna get a fair trial.
No.
Which you probably not. You probably ain't gonna get a fair shot. Even though we do need more training ourselves on how to deal with law enforcement. I think we do some of that too.
Yeah.
We need to be retaught and things like that. But we also have to feel in the way we have to defend ourselves. Because the way they come out though is self-defense. That's why you had a Black Panther Party stuff. That's why you had a new Black Panther Party. That's why you had the NFAC.
Yeah.
You had different groups.
It's
we
necessary.
have to have our self-defense groups to patrol our street and control our hoods because y'all supposed to be our law protectors, but you don't protect our neighbors.
You're not doing it. Not doing it at all. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
Now I might get shot for calling you and saying, yo, I'm having a problem with somebody breaking in my door or somebody come after me that's attacking me, but you're gonna shoot and kill me because you don't know what's going on. All you see is black.
Right.
Hey, I don't know. They both the enemies.
That's all I saw.
I'm gonna shoot this Negro. I'm gonna shoot this African American.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all
I
they see.
feel safe, like you said.
That's crazy, man. Did you have anything else to say about the Andrew Brown situation?
Nah, not really. I was going to say something real quick because it left my mind going back to the DMX and Black Rob and Black Rob and Shock G. It's just kind of funny how all they were kind of connected as far as like, well, X, he was kind of like the Tupac of the time when he came out. He kind of came out on that Tupac energy. And then here you got, Black Rob that was connected to Biggie. And then you have Shock G connected to Tupac. So it's kind of funny that those three MCs connected and they left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they were outside of each other, but they were kind of the same.
Right.
I just kind of wanted to throw that out. I mean, I know and not to belittle Andrew Brown, because that was tragic. I just wanted to get that out there before I lost it. That's all.
Yeah, you good, man. I mean, I think I'm pretty much finished with what I had to say about Andrew Brown. I just wanted to kind of chop it up on that a little bit. So I appreciate your perspective on that as well. So before we close it out, I just want to, give you a couple more questions about yourself. How old were you when you first got into rapping and, getting into hip hop?
How old was I when I first got into hip hop and got into rhyme? Man, I would say about, let me see. I would say about 10 years old.
Okay.
10 years old or so forth when I started to really, when I started, just rhyming and just playing with it, freestyling into it, you know what I'm saying? Yo MTV raps, the videos and things like that. Just playing it, and like you said, the vinyl records was like my favorite. Seeing Kumo D records, the Wild Wild West. Houdini, Houdini on the record, you know what I'm saying? Fat Boys, and just remembering hearing what I would cater to, you know what I'm saying? JJ Fad, and things like that, you know what I mean? So just getting into it, man, at a young age as a youth, you know what I'm saying, and just wanted to participate and do things like freestyle is one of the elements seeing all the other things going on in the hip hop scene. It's pretty dope, and I can't forget that double Byron record with Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? He did Girls in the World Ain't Nothing but Trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Nightmare on M Street type of
Yeah.
joint. Yo, all that was that's what made hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people be sleeping on Fresh Prince, but I had them albums, man. I had the He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper album and all of that, man. So,
Right.
you know, he was my dude,
Right.
man. I liked Fresh Prince. I thought he
Cool.
could actually rhyme too, you know what
Kumo D in his book.
He could.
Yeah, Kumo D in his book, there's a guy on the mic said that Will Smith probably single-handedly saved hip hop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to get that book. I keep saying I'm gonna get that joint.
Yeah,
man,
you need to get that. That's
because,
go hard.
I've been wanting that for a while, and I keep forgetting to go get a copy of it. But yeah, man. I mean, were you kind of like myself? I grew up in New York City, so I kind of grew up on hip hop, and I was kind of a b-boy, so I like to do a little bit of everything. I could beatbox a little bit, I could break dance a little bit, I was rhyming a little bit. You know, were you kind of an all-around b-boy? You know, you have a tag and all of that?
Yeah. Something like that. I had my little style, but I think I came into my own, like that when I was listening to, you know what I'm saying, the Wu-Tang Clan, NWA. NWA was a little bit before them, but they kind of came into that when Wu-Tang Clan came in around 93. You know what I mean? I started hearing them in 92. And before that, NWA in the late 80s to the 90s, early 90s, 89-ish, 90s, 90s, and stuff like that. So I came with that, man. I saw breakdancing. I got to see the different scenes, the East Coast scene, more of the West Coast scene, from people that I knew that, how hip hop was alive, man. So,
that's what's up.
Styles and how you wear your shoes, your sneakers, how you wear your outfits, your haircut. You definitely didn't have what not to have. I remember, back in the day too, my pops used to get the Super Bowls, man. And Super Bowls ain't fade. That's what they call them.
Super Bowl to fade.
You definitely get rolled on. He gave me and my brother those, man.
Yeah, man.
He gave me and my brother those, brother. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. That's what's
up,
man.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. You got some questions for him?
Do you want to ask him that question? The style of rap?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was gonna ask you. What would you consider your style of rap? You know what I mean? Do you think you have a particular style, or do you think you're more of an all-around rapper or whatever?
I would consider myself an all-around. Saying lyricist. I pretty much adapt to any beat and flow to any beat. But if you want to know about styles, I would say I got more of like an East Coast style, but conscious. Like Nas, like Common, like Rakim.
Okay.
But I'm me. You know what I'm saying? That's what's unique. The way, and then just tapping into my voice and things like that. So I would say a conscious, motivating type of style with lyrics. You know what I'm saying? With rhymes, I can do punchlines. You know what I'm saying? I can break it down with metaphors and things like that. So I would consider myself an MC, man, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you being in Kentucky, why do you feel it's important? Like when you're talking about your style of rap, why do you feel it's important to keep like that boom bap style, that style of rap? You got the South, with the trap. You got Chicago with the drill music. It just seems like, I listen to some other podcasts, like Doggy Diamonds and things like that. And they're basically saying like, New York rap is pretty much going to be done because just, all the people in the industry wants everything else. They want everything else. But when it comes to where it actually came from, they don't want that type of sound. So why do you feel that it's important for you, like out in Kentucky, to continue that tradition?
I would like to be like, man, just giving people originality. You know what I'm saying? Uncut, raw. You know what I'm saying? The essence of it all, man. Where it came from. I mean, hip hop is the essence of this. Right? You know what I'm saying? Whether you rap, I know what they make it people. You want to stand out, so you want to be extra. But when you're being extra like that, where you're not really lyrically inclined, where you really ain't punching, you know, and you using all these damn gimmicks and you sounding loud, it's like a circus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't really flowing, man. You just doing extra stuff to get attention.
Right.
That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And people are riding to the beat more than they hearing you saying something like Tupac with the delivery.
Yeah.
You coming with a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And you letting somebody know how I feel today, how you should feel, what you should know about the topic.
Yeah.
You know, like people that would put something on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Rather than go with these gimmicks and the extra stuff that you put on the mic, and really it's about that hook that people are listening to the chorus and they hear the beat. So they're going like, you know, I ain't got no clothes, I ain't got stuff. So you know what I mean? It you know, we dumbing it down, and you know that's why it takes people for me to lift it up and uplift it. Not saying that there ain't youthful people out there, people that's soulful, that's got the styles. I mean, I like how, you know, every once in a while when Kendrick Lamar, Blessed, or J. Cole, you know what I'm saying, I always got love for Papoose. Papoose is great with bringing that creativity and lyrical style, even though I like it more in the mixtape era. I feel it's changed up a little bit. It's been a little bit different. When he came on the scene with the mixtape, straight beats. Everything was annihilated. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his mixtape stuff, man, something. And he was before his time. And I think that's why you can't do it any better when you came out. When you was just really doing it. Not saying Papoose ain't doing those stuff, because he's still doing some nice stuff, man. You know what I mean? But I would say we dumbing it down too much. You got to get back to, you know, I like it with original styles, but you got to have some creativity. I mean, it's witty, it's some creativity, but you got to be on your page, man. You're writing with your lyrics. You got to bring some extra dosage, man. Yeah, extra dope stuff up, man, with the rhymes and the lyrics, the way we like it for hip hop. But to each his own. I mean, big up to those who have success, as long as they ain't selling their stuff out, selling their people out. You're snitching, right? Because before, back in the day, hip hop, we didn't allow that. We just sit like it was cool for you to be a rap, and then for you to be big. Yeah, like it's okay for me to rap somebody else out to keep myself out of trouble. Right. And you know, saying a rhyme about it, you feel good about it. Right. You know, we got to get back. We got to get back to things like that to make real young men appreciate this and be like, man, I want to be a real man when I'm in this, man. I want to stand up and just be me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with women.
I agree. Well, did you have anything you want to ask before I wrap it up?
Nah, I think that's it, man.
Well, we're gonna wrap the show up, man. But before we go, you want to put some information out there, how people can find you, social media, music links, and all of that.
Word up, my pleasure, my brothers, man. Again, man, you know, representing and loving this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me at SupremeRa 7. You know what I'm saying? Look that up, SupremeRa 7. Like I told you before, here now, .SupremeRa.com. You can find me on a lot of outlets, but for those that just simply want to just look at my music, Google me SupremeRa. You'll find me on YouTube. You'll find me on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? And Apple Music, which I know are some of the major digital platforms out there. And I'm on all platforms right now. And I got Witness My Kingdom, the new album. I would definitely suggest, if you love hip hop, if you're moving with hip hop, then you're moving with me, man. You respecting the movement of Black Law Rebel music, and right here, man, you hearing it from the king. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put it on the map, and represent hip hop, and you know, continue to represent what we got. Actually, we got a video, Hip Hop Monument, where we give respect to our peers, man, to the legends. Okay. Let them know, Wu-Tang and Rakim, the Cash Money, you know, even, you know, Big Pun, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, and salute all of those, man. Jay-Z, Nas, can't forget them, what they did for us in the game, you know what I'm saying? And not forget that, and know how to make the right steps, man, to change what in this era, you know, that we call hip hop, and continue to let it reign on supreme and pass it on to the next.
Hey, that's what's up, man. We really appreciate it. I did follow you under my personal page under the name Wordplay If you haven't noticed that, but yeah, I follow you under there. And we got our Facebook page, we got Twitter as well for Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We're on Spotify as well, StreamYard. You know what I mean? We got everything going. What else we got?
Instagram,
Facebook, YouTube. We on YouTube. Definitely if you get a chance, check out our YouTube page because we got a lot more content on there that we don't share on anywhere but YouTube. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. And we'll did you say you have a YouTube page?
I'm on YouTube. I think I followed y'all.
Okay.
I'll check to make sure.
Okay.
We can stay in touch, man, and definitely along the line, man, do it together, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate you having me.
Yeah, we'll get back on that.
Throwing the claps.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have you back one day, and we want to get Doe on the show and all the rest of the guys. Rel, everybody. You know what I mean? We want to get all y'all. So we might have to do it one by one, but we'll eventually get around because all of y'all, I think put out good music and it's good raw hip hop. You know what I mean? That real culture stuff that we need to keep the spirit of hip hop alive. So I love that, man. So anybody who's still checking us out, we were just finishing up interviewing my man SupremeRa. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can find him on Instagram, everywhere music is found, Spotify, everywhere. You know what I mean? So go check out the man's music. That joint Witness My Kingdom, that's really hot. So want to give you props for that one more time. This has been episode 163. And this is Kurt. This is my man.
Howie.
And this is
SupremeRa.
So we appreciate you, my man.
SupremeRa.
All right, man. Well, we're going to close it out, and we'll see y'all on the next one. All right?
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, peace.